kind of unique vernacular.
Well, he didn't want me for the part.
Really?
Really, he didn't. He picked somebody else.
Uh-huh.
And Hal Wallace said no.
Good for
He
him.
wanted me. And so when we did that scene, you know, in the hospital and we're crying and all of that, and Elvis and I had to keep crying all day long. And it was actually raining outside, for real. And so he said, came up to both of us afterward, he says, I like you too. He didn't want Elvis.
Really?
No, the film was bought for James Dean.
Yeah, they wanted James Dean and then they wanted Paul Newman.
And Paul Newman.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
they all said, you know, well, James Dean died.
Right.
That's what happened there.
Yeah.
But you know, it was just the break of my life.
Well,
It changed my life.
Yeah.
Because it was such a credit.
Mm-hmm.
He was very hot then and such a darling kid.
Yeah, I was like, what was the young and he was young. What was the
Yeah.
young Elvis like?
He was a teddy bear. He was. You wanted to hug him. He was so. In fact, when I was sitting there in the audience looking at him, I said to my husband, "He's so young. You know, he looks so young."
Yeah.
And he was just adorable.
Yeah.
Never had a dime in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
If he was hungry for an apple, I'd have to give him a dime to put in the machine, and he'd get an apple.
Yeah.
But he was a darling. If he saw you and you were quite a distance away and you were coming, he would start running toward you, and you'd have to be like that because he's going to pick you up and swing you around. And he was so playful, and he was never in his dressing room. He was always out with the extras and playing
Right.
and singing. And one day we were in my dressing room, and he said, I said to him, "I love Danny Boy. Why don't you record that?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, that's not the music that they want from me.
Yeah.
You know, but he loved it. It was like his
Right.
favorite song.
Well, one of the things that Mother Dolores told me is that pretty much the same thing that you just told me about Elvis fun-loving, except when his manager, Colonel Parker, was on the set. And then she said Elvis's eyes never left him. And Parker had such a control over him. She said it kind of made me sick to watch that. And for those of you not familiar with Colonel Parker, his pedigree was coming to this country, fleeing a murder investigation in Holland, jumping ship. Then he got out of the army by feigning insanity in an asylum. He was a carnival tout. I mean, this guy was a real character. In fact, when Hal Wallace went to sign Elvis, he said he had to call the colonel, and he wrote in his memoir, the toughest negotiation of my career, dealing with him.
Very fortunate.
Yeah, and the agent that got 50% of everything Elvis made.
Yeah, I just think he ruined Elvis's life.
Yeah.
And then maybe not his career. He actually did help him with his career, but
Yeah.
not with his life.
Well, you were in a later Elvis picture. Which one was that? And could you see the change in
yes,
him?
I was in Paradise Hawaiian Style.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
When you were a little boy.
Yeah. Well, I came along where the Beatles were coming in, and Elvis was in those movies like Fun in Acapulco and Viva Las Vegas. And all the movies were the same. He was playing Elvis.
Yeah.
He was not playing a real character as he was in this film. So when you were in the Hawaiian movie with him, did you see how he had changed from?
Tremendously.
Yeah, what was he like then?
When we did King Creole, he was never in the dressing room.
Right.
He was always out with the extras and the orchestra band.
Right.
And fun, just a lot of fun. And with Hawaiian Style, I noticed that he had the Memphis Mafia with him.
Right.
Which was a bunch of guys from Memphis that hung around him. And he was kind of quiet. Of course, by that time, Delores had been in the monastery.
Right.
And he knew that I had gone back to see her, so he inquired quite a bit about her. But he would, I noticed he was drinking a lot of water, and he was reading a book on theology, and I thought, what's going on? Is he going to become a minister? You know, I
Losing
didn't
another
know.
one to religion from the cast of King Creole.
He was really
Yeah.
into it, so
Yeah.
it was really something.
Right.
As a matter of fact, one day, Delores called me and she said, my mother's sick and I can't leave her. Can you bring me some medicine for her?
Mhm.
So I said, sure, I would do that. So what happened was, by the time I got there and I opened the door, all the kids from Paramount were there and they said, surprise, happy birthday. And I thought, oh, she did it again, Dolores. But next thing I know, there's a knock on the door and here's Elvis with a huge tiger, not a real one, a stuffed tiger on his shoulders, and he's carrying a big box all with ribbons and everything over it. And Dolores said, I'm so glad you could come. And he said, well, it's my sister's birthday. Of course I
Oh,
know.
that's sweet.
You
That's
know,
sweet.
and then because I had asked him for, you know, when you're in the show with Elvis at that time, and they knew it, people would know it, they'd say, oh my God, get us a picture. And I kept saying to him on the studio, you know, Elvis, I need some pictures of you for the neighbors.
Right.
And he said,
She needed a cell phone.
okay, but never gave them to me. And then when he walked in with this big box, and I said, when to put it down?
Right.
And he said, no, I want you to open it. And so I opened it, and it was a camera with a light bar, rolls of film, and he said, take your pictures. Now let me tell you, Colonel Parker would not have liked that. Because Elvis never really went to people's homes. They always had to come to him. And he told me one time, when I asked him about, because when we would be working, all the girls would be waiting by the gate. And we'd have to send a car out that looked like it was a limo, and Elvis was in it. And yet he was in a taxi cab laying on the floor just to get out of the studio without the people. Because he said one time, he was just at a diner. They were driving somewhere, and this guy who looked like, you know, a big Hulk, came up to him and lifted him up like that and said, I don't like you. And Elvis said, well, what's the matter? And he said, my wife carries your picture around in her wallet.
Well, no wonder he had the Memphis Mafia and Red West, all these karate guys around him.